losing streak of their own. Theirs has grown to 8 games. The Twins desperately need a well-pitched ball game from Kevin Correa. He's done very well, oddly enough, away from a pitcher's ballpark at Target Field. Nick Tepish beat the Twins at Target Field in a night game. He's done very well in that category so far this year. Adrian Beltre's been the hottest Texas hitter, not only in batting average, but in terms of driving in runs. And the Twins hope that they can end the little losing streak here in the opening game with the Texas Rangers. Dick and Bert with you here for the opening game as the Twins continue this road trip that has been winless here so far. And for the Twins, bad news, I guess, for Danny Santana, who's been maybe their most exciting player over the last month. In the loss the other night at Anaheim, Santana ended up with a bone bruise, and today the Twins had to make a move.
Yeah, you know what? Ron Gardenhire's saying that, this guy's all about his lower part of his body, his legs. Last thing they want to do is have him go out there and re-injure that with that bone bruise. So what happens? Well, the Twins will have to make a roster move, and Pinto, who was sent down to bring up Jose Polanco from Single A, was actually on the plane last night, so he's activated, and looks like he'll probably start on Monday.
And we have the same pitching matchup we had just over a month ago at Target Field with Kevin Correa going for the Twins against Nick Tepish of the Texas Rangers.
Well, you know what? Kevin Correa, the last 3 starts, 3 quality starts. He has given up only 16 hits, and Correa needs a quality start. For Tepish has started off very well. He got called up in early May, and he has struggled as of late. His last 4 starts, Tepish has not pitched all that well. But for the Twins, it will be Correa. Only 4 walks in his last 18 innings. Only 5 strikeouts. So he's making the opponent put the ball in play. And you can see he's only given up 2 earned runs. The only loss, the 1-0 loss in Fenway Park.
Well, we showed you that Adrian Beltre's been the hottest Texas hitter. Joe Mauer's the hottest Minnesota Twins hitter. He's hit pretty well in this ballpark. Twins are counting on their first baseman to deliver some big hits in this weekend series. Minnesota Twins. From Arlington, Texas, along with Jamie Hirsch, Dick and Bert with you for the opening game of this series. The Twins headed out on the road with some momentum, having won all 4 games against the White Sox, but now a different series with the Twins bringing a 3-game losing streak. But you think they're struggling? How about the Texas Rangers?
Yeah, they've lost 8 straight, and you can see the record over the last 17 ball games. So yes, they have struggled here in Texas, a team that won over 90 games the last 2 years. It's been frustrating here. A lot of injuries. We'll go into that. Kevin Correa has been pitching well. Joe Mauer has driven in some big runs, but this should be a battle right here. Hopefully a well-pitched game, all 3 games for the Twins.
See Mauer and what he's done in the homestand and the 3 games in Southern California. Ron Gardenhire has had to jungle the roster. He's back to 13 pitchers now with the 2 changes made in the last 2 days. And the Menards batting order for the Twins in game 1. Brian Dozier leading things off, then Kurt Suzuki hitting a second. Of course, Danny Santana on the disabled list. Joe Mauer's third. Josh Willingham, Kendrys Morales, Oswaldo Arcia, Eduardo Escobar, Sam Fold, and Pedro Florimon.
And right-handed starter, 25-year-old Nick Tepish on the mound, making his 8th start, his second against the Twins back on May 26th in Minnesota. He defeated the Twins and Kevin Correa 7-2, worked into the 7th inning. Those were part of his first 3 starts when he got called up on May 14th. He was 2-0, 2.95 in his first 3 starts. Over his last 4 starts, 0-3 with a 5.79 earned run average.
Northland Ford defense for the Texas Rangers. Shin-Soo Choo's first year with Texas has been a disappointment. Leonis Martin in center, Alex Rios in right. Luis Sardinas, the third baseman, Elvis Andrus, Rougned Odor up the middle. Carlos Pena just added to the team for his second stint with the Rangers. He's their first baseman. Chris Jimenez behind the plate. James Hoy behind the plate. Bill Welke, Paul Nart, and John Tumpane. Dozier back in the leadoff spot in the absence of Danny Santana.
Tepish has a fastball, 4-seam, 2-seam, sinking fastball, slider, curveball, and a very good changeup. That might be his best pitch if he gets ahead in the count. 15 walks for Tepish in 37 innings pitched.
That is a foul ball. One of the problems Tepish has had this year, pitching a lot of innings, his 6 2/3 innings outing against the Twins, his longest this year, and he's in a spot here where the Rangers really need him to at least give them 5 or 6 innings. Here's a ball fouled back, and it's 1-2.
You almost sound like don't we say that about the Twins staff? Same thing. I think it's all of baseball. Starters just seem to be going lower and lower as far as, you know, the amount of average innings they go out there for.
This one had a long way foul. In yesterday's loss, the Rangers starter only went 2 2/3 innings. Scott Baker had to come out of the pen and pitch 6 1/3 innings. Baker's the long reliever for the Rangers, and he obviously won't be available for the next couple days. And Dozier strokes one to short. Andrus has it. 1 away.
Well, Tepish in his career making his 3rd career start against the Twins. His first one coming last year in early April. He won 2-1 over Vance Worley. He did give up a home run to Josh Willingham. And then in his second start against Kevin Correa, 6 2/3 innings, allowed a couple runs, 1 home run to Trevor Plouffe, a solo home run in the first inning. Tepish again started in AAA Round Rock, the AAA affiliate for the Rangers, and then called up on May 14th.
Strike over the inside corner to Kurt Suzuki. Suzuki likes hitting second in the batting order. He's hit there a few times this year. And with Dozier moving up to the leadoff spot, there's an opening in the number 2 spot. Yep, ball is grounded foul wide of third.
Yeah, he's a very good number 2 hitter because he usually makes contact, doesn't strike out much. If Dozier's able to get on, a guy that you could hit and run with, that type of stuff, because of his control of his bat.
High and deep to center. Ranging back is Martin. And on the edge of the track, out number 2. The last road trip, the road trip ended in Boston. It was a frustrating road trip for the Twins. No one was more frustrated than Joe Mauer, but since then he's really found something.
Yeah, driven in some runs. That's the big thing right there. 9 runs batted in over the last 7 ball games. And the average, eventually, I mean, Joe is human. I think Tom Bernansky said it best when Joe was struggling. Just don't forget who you are. You're Joe Mauer. You're a 3-time batting champ.
Down and away, ball 1. A couple days ago, Ron Gardenhire said he'd be stunned if Joe didn't hit 300 this year. Well, he's already gotten the average up from the low 250s to 270. 2-0. But you're right, the run production is something that was missing from Joe in the first 10 weeks of the season, but now that has picked up. Drove in 3 runs with a double in his last at bat in Anaheim.
Yeah, Joe looking for his first hit against Tepish. He's 0 for 6.
Two and one. And a 1 hopper speared by Odor, and a 1-2-3 first inning. Here at Globe Life Park, the Menards batting order for the Texas Rangers. Shin-Soo Choo leading things off. Elvis Andrus batting second. And Carlos Pena, Adrian Beltre, Alex Rios, Leonis Martin, Chris Jimenez, Luis Sardinas, and Rougned Odor.
And Kevin Correa making his 16th start of the year, his second against the Rangers. Very good career numbers against the Rangers. This is his 5th career start, 6th game. He 1 in relief, 3-1 with a very good 2.45 ERA. And here in Arlington, 2-0, 2.57 ERA in 2 starts.
Rangers were shut out in their ball game against Detroit yesterday. Rick Porcello threw his first career shutout. We'll see if Kevin Correa can follow it up with a good game here tonight. Ball 1 to Shin-Soo Choo. Off the tip of Dozier's glove and into right field for a sharp single. Northland Ford defense for the Twins. What's become a regular outfield now of Willingham in left, Gold in center, Arcia in right. Willingham did get the day off yesterday. Escobar, Florimon, Dozier, and Mauer the infielders, and Suzuki behind the plate.
Last year, double plays were a big part of Correa's success as probably the Twins' best starter. 26 double plays in 31 games. So far this year, only 6 double plays in his first 15 starts.
Down and in, ball 1 to Andrus.
Andrus in his 6th season with the Rangers, 2-time American League All-Star back in 2010 and 2012.
And time call. Correa's fallen behind. First 2 batters.
Andrus not a home run hitter, only a couple home runs on the year, only 20 career home runs in his 6th season. More of a line drive hitter, career .275 hitter. Pretty good contact hitter.
Chu goes and the pitch tap foul.
Maybe a little hit and run right there.
Shin-Soo Chu's had a disappointing first year with the Rangers, and now Andrus has his numbers down a little bit. There's Ron Washington, who incredibly 35 wins on the year, and 12 different pitchers have picked up a win because of all the injuries. There's a called strike 1 and 2.
Yeah, Wash in his 8th season as manager of the Rangers. Of course, a former Twins player.
Andrus squared to bunt and took a strike. And now 2 and 2. Rangers currently have 14 players on the disabled list. 5 of them on the 15-day disabled list. 9 of them. 9 on the 60-day disabled list.
And about half of those 14 are key players that are really lost here in Texas. Well, you think of Prince Fielder, you know, and that's number 1. Three starting pitchers on the disabled list.
Starting catcher Giovanni Soto hasn't caught an inning for them this year. 2 and 2. And now a full count. What has happened to the Twins over the last 3 ball games has been
ugly.
Ugly. That's a good word.
Yeah.
Awful is another one. Not just big numbers, but big numbers early in this Twins lineup. It has some issues of its own. Has found itself having to come from behind in each of the last 4 games, actually. Runner goes, pitch chopped to third. Escobar picks it up, fires across, 1 away. We know the Twins have dealt with some injuries. Every team does, but nothing to this magnitude. Our Sanford Health Injury Report. Look at those names, and many of you, I recognize a lot of those names as regular players for the Rangers.
Right.
And 993 player days on the disabled list, almost twice as much as the next team. Rangers have had 5 different first basemen. Here's their latest one. Started with the Rangers, now back with them, Carlos Pena.
Now here's a number 1 pick by the Rangers back in 1998.
Inside, ball 1. Correa's 0 for 3 in delivering a first pitch strike.
Pena 2 for 9 so far in 3 games. He had some good years, and especially with the Tampa Bay Rays. Made the All-Star team with the Royals in 2009, but good years with the Rays.
Just getting started here with the Rangers.
Yeah, he went to spring training with the Angels in a minor league contract, and then the Angels released him late in March. And then re-signed a minor league contract on June 17th with the Rangers. And because of Mitch Moreland and mentioned Prince Fielder, we're looking for some power out of that first base position.
11 at bats with the Rangers and already 5 strikeouts. That's part of the deal when you have Pena on your team. You're bringing in an awful lot of strikeouts, and Correa gets ahead of him 1-2.
Correa is not much of a strikeout pitcher. 42 strikeouts in 85 innings pitched. Even over the last 18 innings where he's been really good, only 5 strikeouts.
One and two. Blocked by Suzuki. 2-2.
Correa 4-seam and a 2-seam fastball. 4-seam straight. 2-seam has some sink to it. Hard slider, curveball, changeup.
Rangers enduring an 8-game losing streak, their longest since 2005. A chance to get the first run of the game here. 2-2 to Pena.
The Rangers have actually struggled here at home in Arlington. 16-22. 19-21 on the road. 13 games in the standings behind the Oakland A's.
Suzuki and Correa need to get on the same page here. Suzuki paired with Correa at the same time that Correa started this 3-start run. A quick trip to the mound by the Twins catcher, and I don't know, could be a coincidence, but you tend to think not. The results have been so dramatically better with Correa pitching to Suzuki. Now the 2-2. Strike 3. Pena's gone on a check swing. 2 down.
Well, they went fastball in, and Pena looked like he was unable to hold up. So Correa picks up a strikeout.
And that'll bring up one of the hottest hitters in baseball, Adrian Beltre.
9 hits in his last 14 at-bats. Raised his average up to about 20 points and currently 4th in the American League with a .325 batting average. Mall of America scouting report on Kevin Correa pitching to Beltre. He's got to use, he uses the whole field, established fastball in and out. You just can't pitch him one certain way. Changes eye level. I've seen him chase fastballs, and I've always felt he's a very good breaking ball hitter. He waits back nicely, meaning he wants to hit everything back up the middle.
1 strike to Beltre. And now 2 strikes. He's been dealing with hamstring issues again this year. Gets a start tonight in the DH spot to get off his legs a little bit.
Beltre 5 for 19 against Correa with a couple home runs.
Correa ahead of him here, 0-2.
Bounced the breaking ball. Well, not quite that. He bounced it, but a little bit closer to home plate.
And by bouncing it, you meant just once,
well,
right?
Yeah. I always wondered if you could throw a ball and the catcher catches it on the bounce. Is it a strike? And another good stop by Suzuki, keeping Chu at second base. I remember Nolasco, I even said yesterday, those pitches, what's the purpose of those pitches? And I think Nolasco struck out the next batter on the same pitch, but over the plate.
And another breaking pitch in the dirt, blocked by Suzuki. 2-2. Correa's had to throw more pitches than he would have liked here. Already 17 and only 9 strikes.
One good pitch away from getting out of this inning. Chu led off the bottom of the first with a base hit just out of the reach of Dozier over his glove.
Now Beltre asks for time. Two and two. Full count. Rios on deck. One of the amazing things about Beltre to me is he's always been a power threat. A lot of extra base hits. 25 of them this year, but he's been a relatively tough guy to strike out. Only 34 strikeouts. He doesn't chase too many pitches. Full count to Beltre. To right center field. Gone, a home run. Into the Texas bullpen. And the Twins will deal with another early deficit.
Again, that's what Beltre has been working on. Again, hitting the ball up the middle and the other way. And he got a pitch up. Correa was ahead in the count, 0-2. Threw 3 pitches that weren't even close. And then he came in with a high fastball. And Beltre showing off some of that power that he has had over his career. His 9th home run of the year. And his 385th career home run.
2-0, and now Alex Rios. Ground ball to short. And Florimon throws him out, but the Rangers get a couple of runs early against Kevin Correa and take a 2-0 lead. Timeless moment presented by Frost Brewed Coors Light. On this date, you remember it well, Bert Blyleven. In 1973, David Clyde, 18 and fresh out of Houston's Westchester High School, made his eagerly awaited debut with Texas in front of 35,698 fans, the largest Rangers crowd of the year. #1 pick in the draft. He walked the first 2 Twins he faced, then got Bob Darwin, George Mitterwald, and Joe Liss on swinging third strikes. He went 5 innings, gave up only 1 hit, a 2-run home run, walked 7, struck out 8, and he won the ball game 4-3.
Yeah, I remember that. I was here watching that ball game, and the kid could throw hard. I mean, he was. They say that he's going to be the next Nolan Ryan, but it just didn't pan out.
Josh Willingham will lead off the 2nd inning. Now, you remember who his mound opponent was? It wasn't you.
No, it was not me. 1973. Might have. No, I'm not sure. Have to look.
Willingham takes inside, and it's 1-1. Morales and Arcia will follow. Twins again trying to cover up an early deficit. Two and one. Tepish had a 1-2-3 first inning. A couple of ground balls and a fly ball.
Tepish a little extra time between starts. His last start, June 18th in Oakland. He worked 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, got the loss in that ball game as the A's beat the Rangers 4-2.
Jam shot and a dribbler to the left side. And Sardinas throws him out, 1 away. And Kendrys Morales hit his first home run as a Twin in his first at bat on Tuesday night.
And he's had a lot of success here at Arlington. Now Globe Park, or excuse me, Globe Life Park in Arlington.
The Twins came to an agreement with Morales on Saturday, announced it Sunday morning. And on that Sunday, the Rangers realized they were going to lose Mitch Moreland for the rest of the season. They had an opening at first base suddenly, but Morales was picked off by the Twins the day before. What a pickup, backhanded by Odor, and he throws him out.
Odor called up earlier this year because of some injuries, especially to Profar from Double-A, and he has done a very good job taking over at second base. Only 3 errors, and that little hot shot right there caught on that first hop.
5 up, 5 down for Tepish, and now Oswaldo Arcia. Arcia brought his batting average over the 200 mark in Anaheim and hit a home run in Anaheim. 1 strike.
Arcia is still striking out a lot, once every 3 at bats.
And he's behind Quickly, 0-2.
Struck out 37 times in 113 at bats. One thing Tom Bernansky's trying to cut down. Now his minor league numbers don't show that at all. In the minor leagues, he's struck out maybe once every 7 or 8 at bats. But a little better pitching up here.
And last year it was 1 strikeout every 3 at bats in the big leagues. Exactly, in fact, 117 strikeouts, 351 at bats.
In the minor leagues, 1,544 at bats, only 326 times he struck out. And he strikes out here.
And Arcia strikes out, and Tepish has back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Kevin Correa to the Rangers in the second inning, first facing Leonys Martin and delivering strike one.
Martin in his fourth season with the Rangers, taking over in center field.
Swing and a foul, 2 strikes.
Martin from Cuba signed by the Rangers to a 5-year contract on May 4th of 2011. Oh, wind really howling here.
Yeah, you might be able to tell the microphones around the ballpark that it is very windy here this evening. And not to beat a dead horse, we tend to do that over the course of a long broadcast career together, but we can see the wind blowing in fiercely from right field, and yet it does create that channel which goes out right about where Beltre hit the home run.
Yeah, they did. So they said they did some improvement underneath us on the first level that has created that channel not to be as effective as it has been in the past.
But it still seemed to carry pretty well out there to right center.
That's where Beltre went.
1-2 to Martin. Jimenez and Sardinas will hit next. Center field and Fold with a tumbling catch in center field. Wasn't the smoothest finish in the world, but he made a nice catch.
Well, you know what, we're talking about the wind here. It's also down on that field. Sometimes can play havoc with a baseball, and Fold just putting the glove down and keeping the ball in the glove, not a trap. Watch right there. Almost hit the middle of the glove. So a nice catch by Sam Fold.
We'll bring up Chris Jimenez, a waiver pickup from Oakland. When injuries started to hit the catching core here with the Rangers. I mentioned Soto. He's yet to catch an inning for them. Down and away, ball one.
Jimenez caught for the Indians, the Marlins, the Rays, now here in Arlington. A career .206 hitter, but currently hitting at .327.
Fouled away and back into the seats. One and one. The Ranger catcher. Just off the outside corner.
Correa, 33 years old, his second season with the Twins. Signed a 2-year deal last year. Received a 2012 for last year and this year.
Florimon to Mauer, 2 away. That will bring up switch hitting Luis Sardinas. Time now for you to tweet your photo using hashtag #NorthFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. And now Sardinas. Outside, ball one.
Talked about the second baseman Odor coming from Double-A. Sardinas also another young rookie coming from Double-A, just 21 years old from Venezuela. The switch hitter. Taking over for Beltre here tonight at third base.
The line, and Correa picks it himself and dives on the bag. What a play by Kevin Correa.
think that's the best play I've seen Kevin Correa make, but really the only play. I don't think Joe Mauer hustled after this ball. Correa picked it up in front of Joe. Correa's the only one that could have gotten a speedy runner out.
Link, your link to what's next. By Northland Ford. Visit northlandford.com and your local Northland Ford dealers today. And by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. 2-0 Rangers going to the third inning. Just filling a little blank that we left open an inning or so ago. Found out that Jim Cott started against David Clyde back in 1973.
Kitty.
Eduardo Escobar will lead off the third for the Twins. Escobar, Fold, and Florimone against Nick Tepish, college teammate of Kyle Gibson's, and Gibson will go in the series finale here on Sunday afternoon.
And also Kansas City's a reliever, Aaron Crow. Pretty good college team as far as the pitchers. Same place Scherzer went to. Max Scherzer. Tepish making his 25th major league start. He's 6 wins, 9 losses, and 2 of the 6 major league wins for him have come against the Twins.
Escobar had a tough series in Anaheim with some well hit balls that were caught. Now a little squibber towards third. Sardinas fires across, 1 away. They got a pretty good pitching program at the University of Missouri.
Sure do.
And all 4 of those guys in the American League.
Tim Wadner, if we want to get into other position players.
That was so long ago.
Sonny Siebert is from there.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
Phil Bradley, Mark Littell,
Ian Kinsler,
Sean Markham.
Here's Sam Fold. Strike on the outside corner.
Sam Fold went to Stanford.
They got a pretty good baseball program there, too.
Yes, they do.
And Fold gets the first Twins hit as he lashes one to right field. A 1-out single, and that'll get Florimone to the plate. Carsoup.com trivia. Name the 3 players who played at least 200 games with both the Twins and the Rangers. I don't know if you got 200 starts for the Rangers.
No, I did not. I was only here about a year and a half.
I'm trying to think the crossover players. Florimone, the batter. chopper towards short. And Flormon is retired with Fold advancing to second. We'll bring up Dozier. Gary Ward was traded by the Twins for John Butcher and Mike Smithson. He had a long career here with the Rangers.
I saw that same note.
You didn't have to reveal the fact that Steve, our stat guy, was throwing a name out for us. Here's Dozier, bouncer to short his first time up.
Sometimes people tweet me, how do you know all that information?
Little help from our friends sometimes.
Well, Dozier leading the Twins with 15 home runs. 3 times he's led off a ball game with a home run.
Of course, the
obvious, get a base hit right here.
Obvious answer, of course, the first one on everyone's mind is Roy Smalling. And a strike over the inside corner.
Roy and I were traded back and forth. He went to Minnesota. I came here.
And sometimes we do that up in the booth. You know, you are gone for a while. Roy comes in and replaces you.
Well, Mike Cubbage. I don't think he played a lot in Minnesota. Not 200 games, I don't believe. Did he?
Cubbage, I'll bet, did. Fouled away. 1-2. Now the Twins need to start picking up some 2-out hits here. It's been a very frustrating pair of road trips in that regard. Going back to the last road trip. The 3 one-run losses in Boston. And the 3 losses in Anaheim. 1-2 to Dozier. Struck him out. And the Twins get their first hit. Leave Fold at second base. And it's still 2-0.
Put the Rangers up 2-0 with his 9th home run of the year. Rangers took a 2-0 lead. Nick Tepesch so far 9 outs in those 3 innings on only 33 pitches.
Beltre's home run standing up so far 2-0. And Odor will lead things off against Kevin Correa.
Odor just 20 years old, out of Venezuela.
And the pitch is up, ball 1.
Talk about a couple guys from Double-A. How about Jose Polanco with the Twins? getting called up yesterday from Single-A Fort Myers. Had his first major league at bat yesterday and ended up walking.
Be interested to see whether Jorge Polanco gets a start here in this series, either tomorrow or Sunday. The Twins are hoping, Odor tapping one follow, hoping to activate potentially both third baseman Trevor Plouffe and infielder Eduardo Nunez for the start of the homestand on Monday, and that might allow the Twins or force them to send Polanco back to Fort Myers, Florida. Odor swings and misses. Suzuki fires to first to complete the strikeout. One away.
Correa picks up strikeout number 2.
Tomorrow, a full day of MLB action, beginning with the Rangers and Twins on Fox Sports 1. Then Baseball Night in America on Fox as the Red Sox battle Derek Jeter and the Yankees. The MLB doubleheader beginning tomorrow at 2:30 Central on Fox Sports 1 and continues at 6 p.m. Central on Fox. I know you're working one of those games. Which of the 2 games are you working tomorrow?
I'm working this one tomorrow.
You're working the Twins-Rangers game tomorrow.
So not flying me to New York.
Okay. Here's Shin-Soo Choo, singled just out of the reach of Dozier and then scored on the Beltre home run in the first inning. Ball 1.
Yeah, you said at the top of the show, Choo not having the season yet that the Rangers expected him to, and he really hasn't. The batting average at 246, a 288 hitter coming into this season, signing a long-term contract with the Rangers. Twins saw a lot of Choo when he was with the Mariners and the Indians. Last year with the Cincinnati Reds.
And a strike. Had his finest year in the year before he was to become a free agent. Hit 285, 21 home runs, just 54 runs batted in, but an on-base percentage of .423.
And a career high 20 stolen bases. The Rangers signed him to a 7-year contract, signed through 2020.
High, now 3-1. Correa's first 8 starts were awful. He would tell you that. An ERA of 6.80. In his last 7, an ERA of 3.21 and a 3-3 mark we showed you earlier. The last 3 starts have been especially good. And another line drive, a sharp single for Choo.
He fell behind an account. 3-1, came in with a fastball, and Choo hit it sharply up the middle.
A 1-out single here in the 3rd. And that'll bring up Andres.
Correa's got outstanding control, so he's going to make that hitter swing the bat, and Choo got a fastball about belt high away and picks up his 2nd hit, 3rd hit for the Rangers.
Andres ended up bouncing out to Escobar his first time up. There's another one to Dozier, relay to first, and a tailor-made round-the-horn double play ends the 3rd inning. On to the 4th. It's still 2-0 Texas.
Pitcher's best friend.
Ticket holder, you can enjoy 10% off concessions and merchandise at Target Field all season long. 2014 season tickets are still available for Summer of Fun at Target Field. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. Find out how you can join the Twins season ticket family. It'll be good for the Twins to get home for a length of time, more than 4 or 5 days, when they open up a homestand on Monday, but a little business to take care of yet here on the road. Very disappointing series in Anaheim after an uplifting series against the White Sox. We'll see if the Twins can get something done here in the 4th inning against Nick Tepish.
Yeah, it started in Detroit. They lost the last 2 ball games there, then lost 3 in Boston, and then the 3 in Anaheim. So the Twins would like to win the series here, if not sweep the Rangers, who have been all themselves on an 8-game losing streak.
Down and away, ball 1. One thing that has happened to this Twins lineup, one of the things that was so critical to their success in the first month of the year, has hardly been in evidence now in the 3rd month, and that is drawing walks. Twins lineup is hardly drawing any walks these days. Now there might be some reasons for that. It's a lot warmer than it was in April. Pitchers should have better control in June than they have in April. See what happens in this plate appearance. 2-0 to Suzuki. Toward the hole. It's backhanded by Andrus. And he throws him out, 1 down. Joe Mauer coming to the plate, and let's check in with Jamie Hirsch.
Guys, well, it's been a really good week at the plate for Joe Mauer, and I talked to his hitting coach Tom Bernansky about this sudden surge, and he said he is so relieved to see the results starting to finally come for Joe, because while nothing has really changed in his approach, the confidence that comes with seeing those results and validating all the work put into it is what changes your confidence as a hitter. He says Joe has really worked hard to get back to his old self. He had to remind him, you're still Joe Mauer. And he also shared a story about Albert Pujols, saying that one of the best hitters in the game admitted this year that last year he lost confidence. So it happens to anyone. Bruno shared that story with Joe, and Joe took it to heart. He's got his confidence back. The results are starting to come, and Bruno expects even more from Joe Mauer.
Well, let's hope so. Thank you very much, Jamie. And the same can be said for a pitcher too. You know, you can struggle for 3 or 4 outings, and you really start to doubt, do you really belong here? And all of a sudden that little extra guy inside of your chest says, yes, you do. You got to work a little bit harder. And Joe has really worked hard.
2-1.
And you wonder if the little shift that so many clubs have been able to do against Joe has maybe played that little bit of negative thought in his mind early on. The Rangers shading Joe a little bit, but a lot of times we'll see that left infielder where Chu is even over another 10 feet to take that ball down the line away.
2-2. Chu runs really well, so I would imagine he is where he is because he feels he can still cover the corner pretty well.
Right.
2-2 to Mauer with 1 gone on the 4th. And over the Twins dugout.
Joe came into this season, his 11th season with the Twins, a career .323 hitter.
And foul back. We talked about it a week or so ago, how Joe entered the year with on base percentage of well over 400, and it was significantly below that this year. The hit's a big part of that, but also the walks. We're approaching the midway part of the season, and Joe has only walked 32 times. That's to left. Chu plays it on a hop, and Mauer has a base hit with 1 out in the 4th.
Well, you know, Texas is one of the teams, and I'm looking up at the scoreboard, 74 career games for Joe Mauer against the Rangers, and he's hitting only .225.
Against the Texas, right? That's got to be a misprint.
Well, that's what it's set up there. And you know, there's a lot of clubs that Joe is hitting well over 300 against. Not a bad pitch right there. Joe takes that breaking ball down and hits it sharply in the left. Twins get their 2nd hit of the ball game.
It says in the Twins notes. Bauer with a .226 career mark against the Rangers. I never would have guessed that.
No.
Here's Willingham down and away, ball one. Willingham with a bouncer to third his first time up.
Willingham has one career home run against Tepesh, that coming last year. The only run the Twins scored against him back in April.
Up high, and we've seen Tepesh start to fall behind hitters. It was 2-0 to Suzuki, 2-1 to Mauer, now 2-0 to Willingham.
Tepesh down in AAA to start the season. He was 6-1 in 7 starts. Pitching very well and then getting called up on May 14th.
Dangerous pitch here to Josh Willingham. 2-0. With the Twins down early, 2-0. Tap foul. Jamie Hirsch wanted no part of that.
Don't blame her.
What happened down there?
I'd rather just avoid it than risking the injury.
Make sure you
no
do.
need to get hurt down here.
No.
I forgot my glove at home.
2-1. And that hit Willingham. And from the outset of this inning, you could almost see a different pitcher. Tepesh in the first 3 innings was pounding the strike zone, getting ahead of hitters, and he's been behind everybody this inning, and now he's got first and second with 1 out.
Yeah, first 3 pitches, 33 pitches, 25 for strikes. But struggling here in the 4th inning. Willingham getting hit.
And now Morales.
For Josh, the 5th time he's been hit by a pitch.
Morales with 64 at bats, 8 runs batted in. The Twins anticipate that RBI to at bat ratio will increase. Taking strike 1. Hits, 4 extra base hits. Tepesh now ahead of Morales, strike 1. And now ball 1.
Only 1 double play turned behind Tepesh so far in his first 7 starts.
To center, hit hard. Martin is there to catch the line drive, 2 away. And that'll bring up Arcia. That ball got out there in a hurry. Andres talking to Tepesh. Jimenez will join the meeting. Arcia struck out on a breaking ball his first time up. With Mauer and Willingham aboard, hoping to get at least one of them in here in the 4th inning. Off the outside edge, ball 1. And Arcia nearly hit by a pitch. It's 2-0. Arcia's been very vulnerable to breaking pitches, but now a count here where he might be able to count on a fastball.
This will be pitch number 20 for Tepesh this inning.
3-0. Escobar on deck. Slumping Arcia is green lighted here on 3-0. Takes a strike on the outside corner. 3-1.
Should get another fastball away. Inside, missing up and in.
And a walk to fill the bases. And here comes Mike Maddox. Single. Now a pair of walks have filled the bases, and Escobar will come up with 2 away. Twins fans, you can go to the game with the Fox Sports North girls at Target Field for just $32. You'll sit in the skyline deck with the Fox Sports North girls, plus receive a free t-shirt. Offers only available for the July 24th White Sox and August 22nd Tigers games. Tickets are limited, must be purchased in advance. To purchase, call 33 Twins and ask for the FSN girls offer.
We saw Mike Maddox go out there. He will be taking some days off next month, as I'm sure he will be there for his brother, Greg Maddox, going into the Hall of Fame.
And you're going to be taking some time off for that as well, right?
Yes, I am.
Escobar takes a strike on the outside corner. From 1 year last year where there were no living members going into the Hall of Fame to 6, 3 players, 3 managers, right? One strike to Escobar. Eric Nadel going into the broadcaster's wing. He's working in the booth next door.
I asked him if he had a speech ready.
2 strikes.
He said he did. At about 9 minutes. I asked him about 10 minutes. I said, "Oh, take 15. Come on. It's once in a lifetime."
Escobar hoping to get a hit here. Not a whole lot of speed on the bases with Mauer, Willingham, and Arcia out there, but a well-placed hit to the outfield could tie the game. Fought it off and flipped it foul.
Eric Nadel winning the Ford C. Frick Award.
Award that Herb Carneal won about 15 years ago, I believe.
Well, hopefully one day you will win.
Oh, just happy they keep inviting me back every year. 2 strikes to Escobar. On the outside corner, he painted the corner. Pretty much all over the place all through the 4th inning, but he threw his best pitch on the final pitch of the inning. Stay tuned for this important message from Mesh Besher and Spence. lead thanks to Adrian Beltre's first inning home run, and Beltre will hit second here in the fourth inning. It's a Ranger team that's been dealing with a lot of injuries, and if they don't watch it, they're going to get passed by the other team in state here, the Houston Astros, who are just 2 games behind the Rangers in the American League West. Luis Carlos Pena leading off the fourth, then Beltre and Rios.
Pena, strikeout victim of Kevin Correa in the first inning.
Up and in, ball 1.
Pena first came up for the Rangers in 2001, their #1 pick in '98. Out of Northeastern University out of Boston, Mass. He's played for 8 different major league teams. A couple stints with the Rays, now in his second stint with the Rangers. Always been a good fielding first baseman, won a Gold Glove back in 2008 when he was with the Rays. But offensively, average-wise, only a .233 career hitter with some power.
Popped up left side. Twins had a shift on. Escobar still in the skin of the infield, makes the catch, 1 away. And that'll bring up Beltre, who hit one into the channel and out into the Texas bullpen in the first inning.
Well, since 2003, you can see that ball up and away. Beltre taking it the other way for his 9th home run, giving the Rangers a 2-0 lead. And since 2003, the hot zones for Beltre.
Hard to see, but down there, down and away, 210, down and in, 222, but really good plate coverage and a lot of destruction everywhere else. Strike 1.
He's a guy, if you're going to come in, you almost want to come in off the plate a little bit and kind of brush him back. So he doesn't, because he likes to extend his arms like he did when he hit the home run.
Talking about how he's done a nice job not striking out. He's become a lot better at that. He's not struck out 100 times since 2007 with Seattle.
Well, remember, Correa was ahead 0-2 and then started to nitpick a little bit, and then the 3-2 fastball, and Beltre hit it out.
Maybe it's an example of how we always talk about the young hitters and maybe 1,500 at bats before they can, get to a certain level. But in Beltre's case, it's like he's always improved. He's continued to try to improve as a hitter, as a bouncer up the middle. And Florimon to his left has an easy play, 2 down.
2,507 hits will do that for
you. 4 times he's driven in more than 100 runs. 2 down here in the fourth, and now Alex Rios.
It's not only the offense for Beltre. A lot of people feel if he continues maybe 2 or 3 more years, maybe a future Hall of Famer, not only off, but defensively. 4-time Gold Glove winner at third base.
Rios with a bouncer to short his first time up. Rangers came out publicly the other day and said, we're realistic about this thing and we're looking forward to 2015. That will be our focus. Well, then that kind of makes you wonder what they'll do with Alex Rios, who just came to the Rangers less than a year ago from the White Sox. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
The Rangers have a team option on for Rios for 2015.
Could be traded, and then whoever he was traded to would inherit that option. 1-2 to Rios. Missing inside. But if come the end of July, a month from now, and the Rangers haven't made a move up the standings, you can imagine a team being interested in Rios, and the Rangers interested in listening. Checked his swing. 3-2. Looking. Another good inning for Correa. Since the Beltre home run, Correa's only given up 1 hit and finds himself behind 2-0. Young Twins fan here is our Pepsi fan of the game, hoping the Twins can come back from an early 2-0 deficit.
Enjoying that hot dog. Tepish had a long 4th inning. He needed 26 pitches, left the bases loaded, but able to strike out Escobar to end the inning.
Full, Florimon and Dozier in the 5th. Tepish was a bit erratic with his control in the 4th. He got out of the inning by throwing a great pitch to Escobar to catch him looking. And now Full takes a strike on the outside corner.
Yeah, you know what? Mike Maddox, the pitching coach, went out and I saw a lot of breaking balls to Escobar. He starts fold off right there, breaking ball. You know, he's struggling with that fastball a little bit. Maybe Maddox coming out and saying, hey, you mix in that breaking ball a little bit more until that fastball comes back. As far as control of the fastball.
Outside, 2-1. This one hit to right, and Rios comes in to make the catch 1 away. Pedro Florimon. Florimon in his final plate appearance in the ball game yesterday drew a walk from Ernesto Frieri, and that couldn't have helped Frieri's status with the the Angels organization, because they traded him today to the Pittsburgh Pirates for Jason Grilli.
Yeah, well, both guys struggling. You know, Frieri was the closer. Now it's Joe Smith, if that's his real name, and Jason Grilli was struggling with the Pirates. He lost his closing role. So it might be a good move for both of those individuals.
Change of scenery for both guys, and I would guess that Grilli would at least get a shot at closing for the Angels. They certainly sounded like they wanted someone other than Smith to close for them. 1-0 to Florimon. And now a strike. Florimon with a bouncer to second base. An average at .095. With Danny Santana going on the disabled list, Florimon will get a chance to play. And then the hope is that both Nunez and Plouffe will rejoin the roster on Monday, and what that will do to Florimon status remains to be seen. Taken low, 3-1.
I think we've seen over the last 3 years, the guy can pick it. He can pick it at short. He's got great hands, very soft hands. For an infielder, that's what you want. But offensively, he has struggled.
Another tapper to second. 2 down. And it'll bring up Brian Dozier. Odor throwing out Florimon, and now Dozier, who is 0 for 2. Dozier with a bouncer to short and a strikeout with the man in scoring position. Fox Tracks presented by Ram. Swing and a miss.
A little slider right there, down and away.
High fly to right center field. And Rios over a few steps. And a 1-2-3-5 for Nick Tepish. It's still 2-0 Texas. First, but after that it's been pretty good.
Hey, settled down nicely. Last 3 innings, only 1 hit allowed, and now it's to Chu, and he was erased in the double play by Andrews right after that. So Correa, good pitch count also after 4 innings, 55 pitches, 3 strikeouts in the ball game, no walks. And his job after giving up a couple runs in the first, keep your club in the game, and he's been able to do that over the last 3 innings.
Martin will lead things off in the 5th, followed by Jimenez and Sardinas. And the first pitch strike. The home run by Beltre, the 56th home run hit by the Rangers this year. With a roller to Dozier, 1 away. This is more of a statement about the Rangers' state of affairs than the Twins. The Twins have actually hit 60 home runs. They've hit more home runs than the Texas Rangers. That hasn't been the case for a long time.
No, it has not.
1 down. Martin retired. And we talked a little bit about this the other day. Granted, they've had injuries, but you look at the great all-star caliber talent that has come out of Texas and gone to Detroit and to Anaheim and to Baltimore with Nelson Cruz. It's hard to replace that kind of that caliber of player when you lose so many of them almost simultaneously. Some by choice. They traded Kinsler for Fielder, thinking they would have a productive and revitalized Prince Fielder. Of course, he has the neck issue and won't play at all this year.
Well, they're hoping that Profar would take over at second base. They had him penciled in. Then he went down for the season.
Have a plastic bag between Brian Dozier and Kevin Correa.
Of course, as you walk toward it, it goes the other way.
Two 2-0 to Jimenez. Three 3-0 with Sardinas on deck. Strike. The Ranger ERA is one of just a couple in the American League higher than the Twins ERA, and it's by a substantial amount. Rangers with a team ERA of 4.62, the Twins at 4.38. And now 3-2.
Where the Twins, their strength in their staff is the bullpen, and can't say that for the Rangers. They have struggled, not only a starting staff but also a bullpen. Twins bullpen almost a run less as far as earned run average than the Rangers.
Correa trying to come back from 3-0 against Chris Jimenez. Foul back. White Sox with Chris Sale hardly giving up any runs this year, it seems like, and they still have a higher ERA than the Twins.
You see 3 of the 5 teams in the Central Division are right there.
Another 3-2 to Jimenez, and he walked him low.
First walk for Correa. Only his 19th walk on the year. He came into the game averaging less than 2 walks per 9 innings. About 4.5 strikeouts.
Luis Sardinas will hit. Just 64 at bats for Sardinas. A little dribbler up the line. Correa made a nice fielding play to retire him to end the second inning.
Watch the possible bunt. Pitch up. Ball 1.
Sardinas, the switch hitter.
Escobar taking some of the bunt away, playing in on the grass at third.
Outside. 2-0.
I call it a strike.
Beg your pardon, 1-1.
See Escobar right there. Take the bunt away. Make him swing.
Now 2 balls and a strike. In the left field corner. Chased by Willingham, and a diving attempt comes up short. Jimenez round second, on his way to third. Jimenez rounding third, coming home. Floramon's throw not in time, deflected to the backstop. Correa backing it up, and it's 3-0 Texas.
Sardinas hitting just his second double on the year, driving in just his third run. Ball just kept slicing away from Josh Willingham out on left field. It's a typical Joe Mauer type hit. And Josh just coming up short. Ball got underneath his glove. That allowed Jimenez to score from first base.
So an RBI double by Luis Sardinas. And Rougned Odor will hit next for Texas. Down and in ball one, and now Correa here in the fifth inning has fallen behind. Most of the hitters ended up walking Jimenez and paying the price for that one out free pass. Correa came into the game in 4 starts with an ERA of 2.45 against the Rangers, his lowest ERA on his opponent list. But they have touched him for 3 runs here so far. 1 out in the 5th. Check swing. Did he go? They don't even appeal. And it's 2-0 to Odor. Two and one.
Benji Molina, first base coach, wanted no part of that.
Now, if it was chopped in the dirt in front of him, he would have blocked it.
Oh, for sure. He got that big chest in front of it. Dead in the ball.
Foul back.
Well, you have Molina at first base, then you have Gary Pettis over at third, and Gary Pettis looks like he could still play center field.
So if they had a foot race to the Ranger dugout,
where they're at now,
where they're at right now, who would win?
They'd be close.
Behind third, and Escobar with a nice play, making the catch in foul territory for out number 2.
Might have to give Benji a head start.
Kurt Suzuki came to the Twins with a good defensive reputation. Now on FoxSportsNorth.com, Tyler Mason says Suzuki has lived up to his rep, but as a bonus is hitting better than expected, and teammates say he's worthy of making the All-Star game. Derek Norris of the A's had to leave the ball game tonight with another injury. And I would think that Norris would be a favorite along with Salvador Perez to be the starting catcher. Norris would be the favorite. Perez the long shot, I would think, to be the starting catcher for the American League. But Norris had to leave tonight's game. Outside ball 1. I think you and I and almost every Twins fan in Twins territory is hoping that Justin Morneau can come back to Target Field as a member of the National League All-Star team. This ball's hit well to left center. It's carrying deep. Willingham to the wall. Can't make the play. Another run will score. Chu has his 3rd hit. It's an RBI double off the glove of Josh Willingham.
Yeah, Josh went back. I think when he made contact with that wall, the ball jarred loose in the glove. I don't know if he ever got the glove on. It looked like he did. But Chu is showing some power the other way. His 13th double of the year. It's like a changeup, and Chu taking it the other way. Willingham hustling back. Right there. No, he never got glove on it.
So a walk and a pair of doubles and 2 more runs for the Rangers. And here's Elvis Andrus. Strike one.
One pitches already this inning for Correa.
Inside. And what this means, of course, is that the Twins have gone through the entire rotation without a quality start. Starting with Phil Hughes in the homestand finale against the White Sox. The 3 starts in Anaheim. And now this start here tonight. 4 earned runs so far. And less than 5 innings complete. The Twins were at a point where they were very encouraged about the rotation. But this is the worst possible situation where all 5 starters fail to give you a quality start and a full cycle through the rotation. And Correa now falling behind Andrus. 2-1. 3-1 with Pena on deck.
That's what we think we've seen from Correa and Velasco. So many pitches in a short amount of time. Even though, you know, he had come in with 3 quality starts. In all 3 starts, he went 6 innings. All 3 starts, he averaged about 100 pitches each outing.
Second walk of the inning.
And Anderson out there. Rick Anderson coming out. 25 pitches this inning for Correa.
It faced the minimum number of batters in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th innings, and got Martin on a roller to start the 5th inning. Pena with a strikeout swinging in the 1st and a pop-up to Escobar.
Correa making his 206 major league starts, 73 wins, 86 losses.
Seems like all week long the Twins have been behind 4-0. And now it's 4-0. To center. Fold coming in and making a nice running catch to finally put an end to the 5th inning. But 2 more for the Rangers, and the lead is doubled after 5.
thing. And Twin fans, don't forget at Twin home games, you bring your Circle Me signs, something like that. And then you might get circled and find yourself in a Minnesota Lottery's winner's circle where you could win $100 worth of lottery scratch-off tickets, courtesy of the Minnesota Lottery.
I went to Corpus Christi, Texas on spring break once.
Why?
Believe it or not, I for a while, a very brief while, I thought I might have a job waiting for me at a radio station down there, and I wanted to check it out.
I thought maybe that was the hangout for all the kids.
Well,
in your area.
It was for a couple of us, but I don't remember doing anything fun in Corpus Christi.
And you didn't get the job, I take it.
No. Strike one to Kurt Suzuki. Joe Mauer, Josh Willingham will follow. Just need to get on the board here. They've done okay scoring in the mid to late innings on this road trip, but no fun falling behind 4-0 every night either. 1-1. Suzuki 0 for 2, a fly to center, a bouncer to short. Found it interesting when it became apparent that Danny Santana was going to miss some time, and if he missed it today, they put him on the disabled list. Suzuki to right, and Rios there to catch the liner, one away. If you're looking to make 4th of July plans next week, you can look to Target Field. A lot of fun coming up with the Yankees coming to town July 3rd through the 6th. In addition to the games, fans will be treated to a fireworks show, 2 very special bobblehead giveaways, and a moving tribute to Lou Gehrig on the 75th anniversary of his famous farewell speech. Find out more about all the 4th of July weekend activities at Target Field. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. Second year in a row that the Yankees have come to Minnesota on the 4th of July. Found it interesting, Ron Gardenhire talking of Santana and labeling him in just a handful of games as the team's catalyst. That's the kind of impact that Danny Santana's had on this Twins team. And unfortunately, I mean, there's good news and bad news on the injury front for him. One, there's no structural damage. No surgery will be required, but the bone bruise thing, you know, that varies from bone to bone, person to person.
You know, sometimes a young man comes up, and Santana, like he did, kind of brings some lightning with him. I think that's what he brought. You know, a 328 batting average in 37 ball games, 10 doubles, couple home runs, 6 stolen bases in 7 attempts. A lot of energy.
You know, to Mauer. And maybe more than any other hitter we've seen since Joe Mauer, Santana came to the big leagues and just seemed to think it was just playing baseball. He didn't seem the least bit in awe or overwhelmed. It's the same game he played back home. Ball 4 to Mauer, and Twins will get a base runner. Same game he played in rookie ball, in A ball, and Double A. He came in, jumped into the lineup, started getting hits right away. And boy, isn't that refreshing to see after seeing prospects come up through the minor leagues, and then they get here, and you know, it's like a deer in the headlights sometimes.
Mike Maddox out again to talk to Tepesh. 1 out here. That's his second walk. He walked Joe Mauer.
Maddox talked Tepesh down in the 4th inning when he issued a walk to Arcia.
What you are as a pitching coach right there, a confidence builder. You go out there, and even though the pitcher might be struggling, you try to find that positive.
Pareda warming up. A couple of left-handers, veteran Neil Kotz and Pareda. And the bullpen a little short because Scott Baker pitched 6 1/3 innings last night for the Rangers. Willingham, the batter, he drew a walk in the 4th, hit a ground ball to 3rd in the 2nd. Strike on the outside corner.
Only 2 hits so far for the Twins. A single by Sam Fuld in the 3rd inning, and then Mauer base hit in the 4th. Pitch number 80 for Tepesh.
Inside, 1-1. And now 2-1.
Season high 112 pitches for Tepesh here against the Seattle Mariners back in May.
A foul ball that'll spin back into the seats. 2-2. Something to be said for extra base hits. Rangers getting their 4 runs on the 2-run home run and a pair of RBI doubles in the bottom of the 5th. Inside 3-2 with Morales on deck. Strikes out number 2.
Tepesh picks up his 4th strikeout. A lot of changeups to Josh, and then the fastball.
And now Kendrys Morales. Ground ball to second and a line out to Martin in center. And a tapper up the line to Pena. Easy play to end the 6th inning. It's 4-0 Rangers with Adrian Beltre due to lead off the 6th.
Welcome back here on Tuesday night. Adrian Beltre, base hit up the middle. Career hit 2,500 for Beltre, and Cabrera kind of tossed him the ball. So congratulations to him.
Just don't touch me on the head.
You can see where Beltre ranks Major League Baseball amongst active players in hits, home runs, Runs batted in and runs scored. Of course, Derek Jeter leading in hits.
High fly to right field, carrying fairly deep, but Arcia awaits and catches one away. And that'll bring up Alex Rios. Rios became a commodity last year by the White Sox, a team that had fallen into the basement in the American League Central, and decided they would go into rebuilding mode. And you wonder where the Rangers are in their thought process regarding Rios in the roster. He was a nice complementary piece to add to a postseason roster last year. But I think similarly he might find his way out of Texas for the very same reason the Rangers got him in the first place. 2-0 from Correa. Back to the pitcher. And 2 quick outs here in the 6th. Join the Minnesota Lynx for the Dads and Daughters ticket offer presented by Fox Sports North Sunday, July 13th versus the Seattle Storm for just $33. Fans receive 2 tickets to the game and a drawstring backpack. For details, visit foxsportsnorth.com. Click on the More tab for details. 2 down in the 6th. Then here's Leonis Martin. Big swing and a foul, 1 strike. Another foul, 2 strikes. I wish the Rangers are a victim of kind of a double whammy. They've got their 8-game losing streak while the A's have taken off and won 7 out of 10 games. When the Twins were struggling on the last road trip. And then when they came home, started winning some ball games. Detroit was struggling, but now the Tigers have turned it around. That's why these games are so important here in Texas, because the Tigers are playing good baseball, and the Twins don't respond with a better brand of baseball on their own. The Tigers are going to be too far off in the distance.
The Tigers right now, we always, you know what, to be honest with you, I'm looking for the Tigers to take off. I think they're the best team in our division. Kansas City, you know, they're 4.5 back because of that 10-game winning streak they're on. But the Tigers have won 7 in a row going into tonight's game. They're down in Houston. Head right now 2-1 in the 6th inning.
And the Royals passed the Tigers in the standings. That seemed to really wake the Tigers up. To find themselves not in first place in a division they're expected to win handily.
90 pitches, 50 strikes, not the ratio you'd like. You'd like 2 strikes to every ball thrown.
Two and 2. For the longest time, first 9-10 weeks of the season, we talked about how so many teams were within 2-3 games of the 500 mark, either a couple games above, a couple games below. But now what's happened, teams like Texas and the White Sox and the Red Sox have dropped off significantly, which I'd like to think would open the door for the Minnesotas of the world, Kansas Cities, Cleveland's to stay relevant in the wild card picture. 2-2. Correa to Martin. Popped up and out of play. Right now there are only 2 teams in the American League Central with a winning record. 3 teams in the East and 3 teams in the West.
There are the standings right there coming into tonight's play. The Royals 4.5 back. 8 wins 8.
And the White Sox have fallen apart with the bullpen destruction that they've had to endure. And another foul ball over the Twins dugout.
Good at bat right here for Martin against Correa.
White Sox bullpen held on tonight. They beat Toronto 5-3. And the pitch count climbing for Correa. It looked like Correa was going to get through the 6th inning in good shape. Maybe would be able to be sent out there for the 7th. But now 1 2-strike foul after another, and with every foul the likelihood of that happening is less and less.
And it's another 6th inning if he can get this guy out right here of about 100 pitches. Too many pitches in a short amount of time. Puts more wear and tear on that bullpen.
I stand corrected. That White Sox game still alive. It's 5-3 bottom of the 9th with the Blue Jays threatening. Another 2-strike foul from Martin.
This will be the 11th pitch in this at bat.
It's only 2-2. That would make 6 2-strike fouls.
That's a Minnesota man. Yeah, I have no idea.
One on at bat for Leonis Martin. He gets a base hit to right on the 11th pitch. And now Chris Jimenez.
Well, he fought off some pitches down and then waited back nicely on that curveball and lunging toward that ball, hitting it over the head of Joe Mauer. Arcia gets it back in to keep Martin at first base. Martin, good speed now, 17 stolen bases in 24 attempts.
Jimenez drew a walk with 1 out in the 5th, and by inning's end the Rangers had added 2 more runs. Strike over the inside corner. Popped up near second base. And Dozier with the catch, and that finally closes the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still 4-0.
presented by Toyota. Let's go places. To find your nearest Toyota dealer and check out our current offers, visit buyatoyota.com. By Sanford Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, for the everyday competitor in all of us. And by McDonald's, where right now you can score a delicious, creamy McCafe iced coffee starting at just $1.59. 4-0 Rangers, and you can follow every Twins game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get live look-ins, instant replay, score, stats, audio, the free MLB.TV game of the day, and more. Download at the App Store or visit twinsbaseball.com today.
Oh, Nick Tepesch out there to start his 7th inning. He came into this start over his last 4 starts, 0-3 in ERA at almost 6. But he's allowed only 2 hits so far in the first 6 innings to the Twins. 2 singles.
Arcia, Escobar in full. As we move now into the 7th inning, the Twins have a bench tonight of Jorge Polanco, Chris Parmelee, and Eric Fryer. 1 strike to Arcia, and now 2 strikes. And foul to the screen. Two strikes to the Twins right fielder. And Arcia strikes out to start the 7th.
Strikeout number 5 for Tepesch.
And let's go down to Jamie Hirsch.
Thanks, guys. Well, Eduardo Escobar has been filling in every day at third base for Trevor Plouffe, who went on the disabled list about 2 weeks ago with inflammation in his rib cage, and I had a chance to catch up with Plouffe today. He said it is great to be back with the team. It took about 4 days for him, but once those anti-inflammatories kicked in, he felt immediately better. So he is doing all normal activities. Today he took ground balls, he did BP, and he says his swing feels very good. He's looking forward to get back with the team, hoping to be activated as soon as Monday.
Well, let's hope that's the case, and then let's hope Eduardo Escobar is back at short where he felt more comfortable. Maybe his hits would.
Well, I think he's done a great job no matter where you play him, Escobar, but it'll be good to have Plouffe back. Someone that spent some time on a disabled list and not traveling with the team. You don't feel like you're part of the team, and it just leaves just like that, and you just happen to be around the guys again, and all the kidding, and hopefully the bench jockeying and everything that comes with being a major league player or just a player of any sport.
1-2 to Escobar. 2-2.
Hasn't hit in a double in a while, and he's not in this at bat.
Payne into the bag, 2 away. And casino story of the game, and the Rangers asserted themselves early.
Well, a 2-run home run by Beltre gives the Twins or the Rangers a lead. And Sardina hitting a ball down the left field line. Chu hitting a double off the scoreboard out in left field.
Sam Fuld has one of the 2 Twins hits. An anemic night offensively for the Twins. They did have a threat loading the bases on a single and 2 walks, but that's been it. Strike 1 to Fuld.
And Tepesch has done that 2-to-1 ratio. 95 pitches, 60 for strikes.
Burned that outside corner to a lot of left-handed batters. Got a big strikeout of Escobar in the 4th inning when the Twins had the bases loaded with that pitch. Another chopper right side. A 1-2-3 7th inning for Nick Tepesch and a 4-0 Ranger lead.
Duel. Phil Hughes against Yu Darvish. Darvish was supposed to pitch against the Twins at Target Field, but then he had a sore neck and couldn't answer the bell, and Scott Baker started instead. And the coverage will start at 2:30 on Fox Sports 1. Phil Hughes hoping to bounce back from a disappointing outing at Target Field against the White Sox.
Yeah, but he still got the win. Is 8-3 on the year. Look at the walks. Only 9 walks for Phil Hughes. Well, Kevin Correa's night is done. Brian Dunsing coming into the ball game, making his 30th relief appearance. He worked one time in Anaheim on Wednesday last night. One shutout inning. Twins lost that ball game. Excuse me, a couple nights ago.
Dunsing coming in relief of Correa. 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 98 pitches. The Twins will hope for a late inning comeback. Dunsing's job is to put a 0 up here in the 7th. Presumably somebody else would pitch the 8th.
Another non-quality start by a Twins starter.
Now every starting pitcher is allowed some of those from time to time. It's not an automatic, but when you get all 5 of your starters in sequence pitching a non-quality start, well, then it's kind of tough to avoid a losing streak. Sardinas with an RBI double and a run scored his last time up. Now hitting as a right-handed batter.
Sardinas as a right-handed batter, hitting .375. Most of his at-bats from the left side of the plate.
One and one. Sardinas, Odor, and Chu. Two and one. And now the count is even. And the Twins were hosting the Rangers. It was a 4-game series, and Texas won 3 of the 4 games. It was just over a month ago. Another 2-2 from Dunsing. And another foul ball.
The only game the Twins won in that 4-game series was that little squibber off the bat of Santana that Soria had trouble getting a hold of.
Line foul. Still 2-2.
Very good bullpen for the Twins. 5th lowest earned run average in the American League. Combined 3.49. And Dunsing picks up a strikeout.
Blew the fastball by him.
And even though the starters have not had very good starts, the bullpen has picked it up. Over the last 10 ball games, the ERA under 2, working 33 1/3 innings. Do your California math right there. That's still a lot of innings out of that bullpen. Means the starters are going at least 6. And some of these are, games on the road where you only end up going 8 innings if you're the losing team.
Odor takes a strike. And down in the minor leagues, some encouraging numbers being posted by some younger pitchers pitching out of the bullpen down there in Rochester. Michael Tompkins had a good year pitching out of the bullpen, primarily for the Rochester Red Wings. Ryan Presley's done okay down there. And maybe a name to watch is Lester Olivares. He was the pitcher the Twins got from the Tigers in the Delman Young trade a few years ago.
And Olivares dominated Double-A, and now has been promoted to Triple-A, so he's just a phone call away too. Pitches up high, 1-2. Odor 0 for 2, struck out in the third, fouled out to Escobar in the fifth. And Dunsing covers the first hop, underhands it to Mauer, 2 down.
This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Minnesota Twins and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Minnesota Twins, LLC.
And now Shin-Soo Choo will hit to try to keep him off the bases. He's gotten 3 hits. 2 of them have contributed to the scoring. Leadoff single in the first, and then he trotted in from second base on Beltre's home run. He drove in a run with a double in the fifth.
Oh, that got Suzuki.
Suzuki said, just give me the ball.
Going to run it off.
Mauer looking on, saying, glad it's you and not me.
James Hoy, the home plate umpire, coming out, making sure that Kurt is okay. Giving him a little extra time.
A smile from Dunsing's face. One strike to Choo. 2 strikes. Oh, 2 to Shin-Soo Choo. Poke to short. Florimone finally retires Choo. Dunsing has a 1-2-3 7th inning. It's a long ways. Tepish out there to start the 8th inning. And the first man he'll face is Jorge Polanco.
Yeah, Tepish making his 25th major league start. His longest outing so far, 7 1/3 innings. And they came last year on April 9th here against the Tampa Bay Rays.
Polanco's second major league plate appearance. He walked in his major league debut yesterday. Ball 1. Haven't thrown him a strike yet.
Polanco again coming from Single A. Dominican at only 20 years old. Hitting .289 down in Single A.
1-1. And added to the roster, the Twins needed a middle infielder, and he was on the 40-man roster. On the 40-man roster because if he were not protected, he would have been susceptible to be drafted in the Rule 5 draft in the offseason. 2-1. Twins have very high expectations for this young man and didn't relish the prospect of losing him to another organization, having signed him and developed him.
He's good. He has a good eye at the plate so far.
Yes, he does. I don't think he swung the bat yesterday, did he?
No, he did not.
And now 2-2. Florimon had gone 0 for 2. And Polanco, Dozier, and Suzuki here in the Twins' 8th inning. Jacked his swing, 3-2.
Some action in the bullpen. Potts and Frazier.
Full count to Polanco. Tapper right side. And Polanco flying down the line, losing his helmet. 1-1. Ron Gardenhire yesterday about Polanco. He said he's not quite as fast as Danny Santana, but speed, big part of his game, and barreled down the line pretty quickly. 1 down. Here's Dozier. Fox Tracks presented by Carrier. Dozier 0 for 3. A ground ball, a strikeout, and a fly ball. Strike 1.
Tepish making his 3rd major league start against the Twins and having another good one. 2-0 in his first 2 starts, an ERA at 2.03. Twins have only 2 hits off of him here tonight.
Inside 1-1. And that he's throwing pitches in the 8th inning has got to be the nicest sight for sore eyes for Ron Washington and Mike Maddox, who seen their bullpen get overworked over the course of an 8-game losing streak. Dozier pokes a single to left field. A 1-out hit for the Twins in the 8th. That'll bring Suzuki to the plate.
And Ron Washington walking slowly out to the mound. Tepish with 106 pitches. We get a nice ovation here at Globe Life Park here in Arlington.
He went a long way toward helping the Rangers break an 8-game losing streak, pending what happens here in the 8th and 9th. 4th inning, but the Twins down 4-0. Just 3 singles for the Twins so far tonight. The Twins Wives organization will be hosting a silent auction during the game against the Yankees on July 3rd. All fans attending the game will be welcome to view and bid on baskets donated by the players and their families. Proceeds from the auction will be donated to the Minnesota Military Family Foundation, an organization that works to support the families of soldiers during times of deployment and hardship. Auction will be located behind the Great Flip seats near Gate 34. That's Brian Dozier's golf bag that he has donated.
Very nice.
With the Twins logo. Kurt Suzuki will bat against veteran reliever Jason Frazier.
Yeah, Frazier in his 2nd season with the Rangers done a great job out of that bullpen. Even though the numbers aren't good, there are a couple guys that have pitched very well, and Frazier one of those. Making his 32nd relief appearance. 2.16 ERA, only 19 hits allowed in 25 innings. 10 walks, 27 strikeouts.
Suzuki 0 for 3, lined out to Rios his last time up.
Frazier fastball, slider, occasional changeup. There's the slider.
On the outside corner.
The 11th major league season for Jason Frazier with the Blue Jays, White Sox, and now the Rangers.
Missing the inside corner. 1-1.
A lot of games. 36-year-old right-hander.
And a foul.
Frazier's always been kind of a setup man. He had a chance to start a little bit in Toronto, or excuse me, save some games. 24 career saves. But this is the role he has excelled in. 7th, 8th inning type guy. Casey Fiend, Jared Burton type pitcher.
Trying to string some things together here, having had a very quiet night at the plate. Popped up, it'll reach the seats. 1-2. Suzuki will be followed by Mauer, and the Twins would love to get the middle of the lineup up. A single and a couple of walks to create a threat in the 4th inning, but that's been it. Weak ground ball to 3rd. Saldinus looks at second, throws to first. Suzuki retired. Dozier moving to second base, 2 down. Mauer will hit. He's singled and walked so far.
Ron Washington will bring in the left-hander to face Joe Mauer. He's made the move. Yep, there's the move. Neil Kotz had been warming up, so Frazier retiring the batter he was asked to get.
And with 2 down and a man on, another pitching change in Texas. Hasn't been a great week and a half for the Twins. It's been a pretty good week for Joe Mauer, though, and he comes up with a man at second and 2 down. 1 for 2 on the night, hoping to get the Twins on the board against lefty Neil Kotz.
Yeah, Kotz making his 36th relief appearance, 39 strikeouts in 33 innings pitched. Mauer 2 for 8 lifetime against Neil Kotz. Once he struck him out 3 times. With a fastball, hard curveball, slider, and very good changeup.
Strike at the knees. This is specifically, I think, the one area where Joe isn't as good as he used to be against left-handed pitching, at least not this year. You would regularly see Joe's name in the top 10 list of batting average against lefties. And he's hitting .237 against lefties this year. That's not to say that it's going to stay down there. It's just this year he seems to have really struggled against lefties for one of the first times in his career.
There are the splits right there for Joe. Against lefties and righties.
One and 2. Just missed the inside corner, and it's 2 and 2. For a good part of his career, look at this pitch that nearly caught the inside corner. Ooh, very close. For a good part of his career, whenever you look, Joe's name would be the only left-handed name on the list of top 10 averages against lefties. Oh, that pitch. Joe Mauer will say, and from up here it looked like was down and away, but it's a called 3rd strike, and the Twins have been shut out through 8 here in Texas. not doing much offensively here tonight. Guerrero coming in to pitch to the Rangers in the 8th.
Well, Brian Dunsing had a 1-2-3 7th inning. Let's see if Matt can have that the same here in the 8th, making his 18th relief appearance.
Jorge Polanco in the game at short. Seeing his first action in the field. 1-0. Andres, Pena, and Beltre.
I have one of those hit him a ground ball just so he can kind of get his feet underneath him.
Tap and top foul. 2-1.
Matt pitched a couple times in that Anaheim series.
Inside 3-1. Andres has hit 2 ground balls to third and a walk.
At 5 walks in 18 innings.
3-2.
One of those 5 walks, an intentional walk.
Full count to the Rangers shortstop. Base hit up the middle. Sharp single to center for Andres, and that'll bring up Carlos Pena. As promised earlier tonight, we have the AT fan photo of the game. Tweet your photo to hashtag NorthFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming broadcast brought to you by AT&T.
Very nice.
Very pleasant night there at Target Field. Hope to have many more of those this summer. Pena 0 for 3, a strikeout, a pop-up, and a flyout. Be interesting to talk to Santana, Polanco, guys who have been up and down, whether the Twins shift as much in the minor leagues as they do in the big leagues, and whether this is a unique situation to put Polanco in here. He's playing on the first base side of second base.
To be honest with you, the 2 games that I saw while I was down in Fort Myers, I did not see a shift.
Didn't see a shift?
No. See the shift. You see Escobar playing where Polanco normally plays at short, and Polanco over at second.
I would guess that particularly in the lower levels of the minor leagues, they would try to make things too complex. There's a ball hit past Polanco and into right field. Somehow he found some room through the shift. And first and third, nobody out here in the 8th inning.
I just mentioned Polanco moved over on the second base side, and Pena somehow able to find it right between those guys, and the speedy Andres scoots over to third. Well, Pena picking up his first hit.
And now Beltre and Rios, a couple of veteran right-handed batters. Twins playing the infield halfway in here. Missing inside, ball 1.
Well, Matt came into yesterday's ball game, gave up a 2-run double to Mike Trout and then a single to Pujols, the only 2 batters he faced. And so far here, the first 2 batters he's faced been able to get base hits.
Two and 0. Half swing and a strike. Trey asked for the appeal, but home plate umpire James Hoy said,
too late.
I got this. I'll take care of it.
Beltre, big smile.
High fly to center. And Andrews can walk home. A sacrifice fly and a 5-0 lead.
Beltre driving in his third run of the ball game on the sacrifice fly, now with 41 runs batted in on the year. And it's a 5-0 ball game.
Rios will bat with a runner at first and one down. Looking at Dozier and Polanco exchanging some form of communication around the second base bag. My goodness, how many different shortstops has Brian Dozier had to work with this year?
Yeah, a lot of times what they'll do is Brian Dozier and Polanco look in at Suzuki giving signs, and then they'll relay either Brian Dozier doing it or Polanco what the pitch is coming.
But it was Florimon, Santana, Escobar, Nunez, and now Polanco. And I just feel like I've missed somebody. Down and away, 2-1.
I think you got them all.
That'd be 5. Swing a roller. Two and two. Yeah, I'd like to see somebody hit a ground ball to Polanco. Right field and short. Arcia comes in. I think I came up with the third name in our carsoup.com trivia question. I'm pretty sure Smalley's on the list. And I think Cesar Tovar is on the list. And then who else did I throw out there?
Gary Ward.
Gary Ward. Bernie Allen. And Roy Smalley didn't play 200 games with the Rangers, I guess. 119 games were total.
All it took to trade him. That's all.
Yeah, but look what the Rangers got for him.
This was it, right? Danny Thompson.
1 strike to Martin. Did you enjoy pitching here?
Yes, I did.
I mean, you enjoyed pitching everywhere, but I mean,
right.
you know.
No, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed the heat.
You did?
Yeah, I really did. And I think I enjoyed pitching also with the staff we had, and that being Lenny Barker and Gaylord Perry, Tommy Boggs.
You were not here with Fergie Jenkins, right?
No.
Two strikes to Martin. And an off-speed pitch, and Martin out in front.
Well, and actually, in 1977. The Rangers, we won 94 ball games. It just so happened that the Oakland A's won 102. And that's when they had the 2 divisions. So we went home early.
Another 2-strike pitch from Guerrero. Chopper foul.
Martin in his last at bat had that 11 pitch at bat against Kevin Correa and ended up getting a base hit.
in. They're having a bit of a struggle here, giving up a couple of hits, a fly ball for a run. And there's a called third strike. That ends the inning. An insurance run for the Rangers. It's 5-0. We'd like to show you some hitting highlights for the Twins, but there have not been any. Just 3 hits. Josh Willingham will lead off the 9th against the closer for the Texas Rangers. They got him out of cobwebs or mothballs, I guess. Joakim Soria.
Yeah, he pitched one time in that Detroit series, but Soria has been tough on the Twins over his career with the Royals. And now here in Texas, he did take the loss in the only win the Twins had in Minnesota. But Soria also saved a couple of ball games for the Rangers in that 4-game series. We're facing Josh Willingham, his first hitter.
And Willingham takes a strike on the outside corner.
Soria this year making his 28th relief appearance. He has 15 of the 16 saves out of that bullpen. Only 13 hits allowed in 25 2/3 innings.
Just off the outside corner, 1-1.
Soria's career hurt by a couple Tommy John surgeries.
Joe Nathan had a couple of really good years here, but the Rangers felt that Soria was ready to reassume closing duties again. Willingham out in front of an off-speed pitch. And he's got one slower than that. We've seen Soria throw that super slow curveball about 10 miles per hour slower than the one he just threw Willingham.
Yeah, excellent control. 35 strikeouts in the 25 innings pitched.
Fouled to the backstop.
Soria in his career against the Twins a 1.6 ERA, 19 career saves. There's that big slow curveball.
68 miles per hour. will be the middle of the Twins lineup: Willingham, Morales, and Arcia. And now a good battle here for Willingham as he's filled the count. Fouled back to the backstop. Willingham with a ground ball. He walked in the fourth, struck out in the sixth. Didn't get much done yesterday until the ninth inning when Joe Mauer drove in 3 with a double. Full count. And ball 4. Willingham will take a leadoff walk.
Went to the breaking ball after Josh fouled off the fastball and walks only his 4th batter of the year.
We'll bring up Morales. Morales is 0 for 3. Hit the ball hard once, lining out to the center fielder Martin in the 4th. What a save by Jimenez. Ball 1.
Ball down and in, and Jimenez getting his body in front of it, knocking it down with a glove.
Down and in. 2-0. You mentioned it before. The only time the Twins were able to beat the Rangers at Target Field, Soria had a hard time handling a little nubber off the bat of Danny Santana. Now a ball hooked fair into the corner. Willingham to third, Morales to second. And the Twins have the start of something here with a walk backed up by a Morales double.
Now Soria fell behind 2-0, came in with a fastball. Morales right down that first baseline for a double, his 4th double of the year. 5-0 ball game. Challenged the hitter, and Morales wins that battle. You see Pena. He had really no place to go. Ball caroms around the corner. And runners at second and third with nobody out.
Let's see what Arcia can get done here. The Twins don't have much of a bench to use here. They've already used Polanco. Parmelee and Fryer are the only bench players available. Arcia rolls one up the middle. 1 run will score, and they'll stop Morales.
He thought about it for a split second.
And Arcia hits one right off the end of the bat for an RBI single, and the first 3 men have reached here in the 9th.
Arcia picking up his first hit, driving in his 16th run.
Soria is the Texas closer.
A big slow curveball. He weighted back nicely, hit it up the middle. Willingham scores. You see Joe Vavra saying, "Whoa, big fella."
And I think Morales would have been held even if the game had been tied, much less down by 4 runs. Here's Escobar. Down and in, a ball. The point in reminding you that Soria is the closer, there's now a save situation for someone who would come in to replace Soria, but that's not the option here for Ron Washington. No one warming up in the bullpen, but tying runs in the on deck circle. Roll to the left side, and it's under the glove of Sardinas, and everyone is safe.
A walk, a pair of hits, now an error, and the tying run will come to the plate.
That ball had a lot of spin on it right there. Sardinas came in. The ball scooted underneath his glove.
Morales' ball was hit hard. Arcia's and Escobar's were not at all.
An inside-out swing, and Sardinas thought that ball would come up to him, but it stayed down underneath his glove. So he will be credited with an error, his 4th error of the year. And for the Rangers, that's their 56th error. Only the Indians have committed more errors in the American League.
Here's Fuld, down and in, ball 1. If Chris Parmelee were to be used, it would have to be used in this situation because Parmelee could play the outfield for the Twins. He could take over in center field, but the Twins have already made a move with Polanco, so he will have to hit behind Fuld. Pitches up 2-0. And the key to all of this, of course, is to try to get the front of the lineup, the top of the lineup to hit here in the 9th. Now the Twins have the tying run at the plate. Fuld takes a strike. 18 pitches, 9 strikes for Soria.
You see this from time to time. You know, Rangers have lost 8 straight. Soria has probably not been used a lot, and now 5-0 game. Just get a good innings in, or inning in, and he's struggling.
Check swing and a foul, 2-2. Fuld has 1 home run. It came against the Twins. What they need here is a double. And Fuld has gotten 9 of those as a Twin. Polanco on deck. Foul. Polanco kind of saw this whole thing play out in yesterday's game. He was just put in at the end of the game yesterday. Found himself in the middle of a 9th inning rally. Now he's really going to be in the middle of a 9th inning rally, particularly if Fuld can reach. 2-2. 3-2.
.21 pitches already for Soria, looking for the first out.
Well, Mike Maddox is going to get somebody warmed up behind Soria. Full count to Sam Fuld. High pop-up near first base, actually closer to the Ranger dugout. And Fuld is retired, 1 down. Fuld, I think, got a pitch to handle. He just popped it up.
That ball is just up a little bit. He just got underneath it. Take a look at this fastball. See how just up in the zone and popped it straight up.
Well, no pressure, kid.
Hey, good place for your first major league hit.
48 hours ago, he was in Fort Myers, Florida. And he got a call in the middle of the night saying, hey, we need you in the big leagues. And now here he is representing the tying run with 1 away in the 9th. He takes a strike. We've seen him swing the bat once in 2 plate appearances. He walked yesterday, and he grounded out to Odor in the 8th inning. Breaking ball, strike 2.
A big slow curveball at 69 miles an hour.
4 professional seasons, part seasons, most of them, and he does have a dozen major or a minor league home run. But here, just trying to slap the ball and get Dozier to the plate. 0-2.
Pulls it down the line. A fair ball into the corner. Arcia will score. Escobar being waved around. Escobar scores. Polanco at third with a 2-run triple.
How about that? How about that? Congratulations, Polanco. And they want the ball, please. His first major league hit, driving in 2 runs. And it's a 5-4 ball game on an 0-2 pitch. Soria going to look like a fastball. And Polanco opening up quickly, lining it down that right field line. Arcia scores. The speed of Escobar scores. As you see the beautiful stroke and the speed of Polanco.
5-4, the tying run at third with 1 away. Dozier the hitter. Soria still the pitcher.
The Rangers, I would imagine, have to bring the infield in here.
Twins scored 3 runs in the 9th yesterday, and now Sean Tollison warming up as quickly as he can. 4 runs here in the 9th tonight.
Surprised the middle infielders are not in more.
A ground ball hit up the middle will score the tying run. Dozier takes a strike at the belt. One and one. All of this was set up by a great plate appearance by Josh Willingham, who worked out a walk to start everything that was to follow. 1 and 1. Dozier with 4 sacrifice flies. He and Kurt Suzuki are tied for the team lead.
0 for 1 lifetime against Soria.
Swing and a miss.
And Soria was able to strike him out in that at bat.
One and 2. Dozier protects the plate, flipping one foul over the Ranger dugout. Dozier chases and strikes out.
They chased that pitch out of the strike zone.
And the only time the Twins beat the Rangers in Minnesota, this little squibber off the bat of Danny Santana.
Couldn't handle the ball. Nuno scores. Twins win the ball game 4-3.
Well, this comeback, as improbable as it was, still not complete, and it'll be left to Suzuki. For 4 tonight. Simply hasn't had many offers. And the Twins need a hit to get the game tied up.
And Kirk 2 for 8 lifetime against Soria.
Outside, ball 1. Grounded to third. Sardinas has it. And the Rangers have ended an 8-game losing streak.
And the road woes continue for the Twins. They have now lost 9 straight road games.
Tom Hanneman, it didn't work yesterday. And it didn't work today. Twins need to find a way to score some early runs to make the late runs be meaningful.